Well, I don't know about the details of it, but I do know that people have a right and a duty to self-defense if they are being harmed in such a way that they're in serious harm. But then, otherwise, I mean, it's a matter of just looking at the details of each case, regardless of gender. And but generally speaking, males should be, for the most part, in most instances, the average male is much stronger than the average female physically. Suppose the lady, rather than spitting, had a knife or an axe, and so therefore you got a different scenario there. So each scenario has to be looked at and evaluated for what it really is. I mean, how much harm is being done to whom, under what circumstances? What do you consider to be harm? What do you consider to be negligible harm? And what do you consider to be real serious harm? So all of these details have to be evaluated. Justice comes from evaluating details. You look at every situation, regardless of the situation that happened 15 minutes before down the block. You look at this situation different because this is a different situation. If the situation is different, but if they are the same, they should be treated the same. So you have to do these things on each individual basis by looking at all of the details of what happened under what circumstances. Sometimes a person can be a mental case. I mean, who had just been dismissed from a mental institution. And so the person gets on a bus, and they don't even know that they're on a bus. And they begin to act out and do certain things, I mean, like they were doing while they were in the mental institution. Well, a person who is riding the bus may not be aware that the person is a serious mental case, or just been dismissed, or just escaped from a mental institution. So that person may act differently from a person who knows differently because the situation is different. That the person is not what you would call mentally unbalanced officially, but they may be mentally unbalanced unofficially. See, it's a lot of details to be considered after the facts, after you look into it and go over every detail of what happened, how it all evolved. That's the way I would do it, because I say that's the only way that you can have a world that is just.